This video will give you an introduction to utilizing the quizzing feature of Camtasia. To find that, it's located on the More tab in the center of your screen. If you click down that, you can see the quizzing tab. So click on that, and what we're going to do is we're going to add a quiz to this PowerPoint presentation. I've created a couple of slides that have some common skin disorders. So I'm going to actually move my cursor to the point in the slide where I want to add the slide questions, and it's going to be right before I go to the second slide. So let's just say I'm going to add the quiz right here, and I'm going to call this quiz 1, and my first question is going to be, which type of rash is this? I can come down and add in some possible answers to that question. I can say it's hives or urticaria. Another possible question could be psoriasis. Another one could be poison ivy or oak. And a fourth possible choice might be eczema. And for this particular slide, the correct answer is hives or urticaria, so I'm going to leave that one clicked. So I've got my first quiz in there. Now I'm going to drop it over, and you'll see that we've got a new timeline up at the top called quiz. I'm going to go in between the last two slides, and we'll put another quiz question right here. So I'm going to go up here, and we're going to call this one quiz 2, and which type of rash is this? If I can spell. And again, I would probably use those same 4 possible answers here. So I could put in hives, I can put in psoriasis, eczema, or poison ivy. And in this case, the correct answer would be psoriasis. So now I've got 2 quiz questions embedded. We're going to add a third one here right at the end of this last slide. And this will be a good place to add it right here. And we're going to add our final quiz. And what can cause this type of rash? I'll answer it a little bit differently. You can add other questions besides multiple choice questions. I could do a fill in the blank, a short answer, or a true false, which could be useful in a variety of different purposes in a class. So again, I'm going to put contact with new soap. I can put poison ivy or oak, and I might also put eczema down as another possible source of this type of skin rash. Okay, so I have my quizzes embedded within the function. What we can look at is what they would look like. This is just a placeholder to show where it's going to appear in the video, but we can also preview the quiz up here in each spot, and then this would show what the quiz is going to look like on our screen, and this is what the question will look like. When the student takes a quiz, they get a score immediately whether they did this right or wrong, and at the end of the day you can set the quiz to email you as the instructor the score on the quiz for each student during that day, and they'll deliver those quiz results to you daily in your email address. So it's a nice feature that I've found useful for doing unfolding case studies, as well as to just throw in a quick quiz question there to make sure the students are awake in the middle of your presentation. It also helps you integrate the lecture content with some of the reading materials or some of the clinical experiences the students have had. At this point in your quiz development, you've got your quiz created, your PowerPoint is done, and it's when you get to the point where you're producing and sharing the content where you can indicate where you want the results emailed back to you. For quizzes, you can't save them on YouTube. It will strip out the quiz feature, but you can save them on Screencast, which is the company affiliated with TechSmith, which produces Camtasia. So you can create an account there and also save your videos there as you would to YouTube. I usually only use this for videos where I'm using a quiz function. So it's got a title of my video. I'm going to save it in a folder on Screencast. And when I hit the final tab as I progress through these responses on my way to posting this, it's where I want to report the quiz results. And so I would type in my email address here. And at the end of the day, for those people who have taken the quiz, I will get an email from them indicating what their score was. And I can require viewers to input their name and email address, or I can also allow individuals to take the quiz anonymously. If I do that, of course, I can't see what an individual's response is to it, but I could use that for a survey function if I don't really care, but I just want the feedback about my particular class. And I would hit finish, and then it would begin the uploading process to Camtasia. I've set the quiz feature so that at the end of the day I get a quiz report, and it's sent to me via an email from TechSmith. It includes a detailed quiz report as well as a summary quiz report. This next slide shows an example of a summary quiz report where I can see the individual students, their names, and the scores that they got on this particular quiz. So it's a very helpful feature for a faculty member.